No one is talking about these comics, but these classic comic books are definitely PC worthy. So go grab your vibe juice and come on back. There's much to talk about, and you're not going to want to miss it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3, and I am back with another top 10 list and market update for you. Yes, for you, the comic book community. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely ring that bell. So every time I do a video, you guys will get that notification. I hope you grab your vibe juice because we got a lot to talk about. I've got 10 classic comic books that I want to bring to your attention. They are not in any particular order. I just numbered them 1 through 10, but they're books that no one's talking about, but I know they are PC worthy. So let's jump right on in. At number 1, we have Batman, issue number 181, and this is the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. All right, my friends. Now, Go Collect is showing 780 sales on the census. Last recorded sale for this book was a raw copy. It sold for $96. This book is currently trending upward with a 6.96% increase in copies that were sold. Now, the average price for a raw copy right now is about $184, and the average price for a graded 6.0, we're running about $454. Go Collect reports having 9.8s on the census. Now, the highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 was $36,000. Now, I'm not expecting everybody to be able to pay that type of money. So keep in mind, fair market value says $9,000 to get you a 9.6, and $2,200 to get you a 9.2. So take your pick, because this Silver Age book is definitely a must-have for your collection. Batman 189, the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. All right, so we're going to move right along to number 2. And we're going to talk about Fantastic Four, issue number 65. And this is the first Ronin Accuser and the Supreme Intelligence appearance. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was excited to see this book pop up on my radar because I realized that the Marvels may not be doing so great, right? May not do so well, but again, these books still hold first appearances, and these appearances are still PC worthy because you never know what can happen to them in the future. And I think now's a good time for us to get our hands on some of those books. All right, so there's a total of 1,232 graded copies on the census. 4 of these are 9.8s. Last recorded sale for this book was for $46, and that was for a raw copy. This book shows a slight increase at a 0.01% increase in copies that have sold, with the average price of $57. Now, the average price for a CGC 8.5 will run you $375 to $400. The highest known sale for this book in a CGC 9.8 is $4,063. With 963 copies sold so far, this book is definitely one that you're going to want to add to your collection. And make sure while you're out there on the hunt that you stop by local comic book shops, show them some love. Don't forget about them. I know we do a lot of purchasing on eBay and on the internet and everything. It's all good. But these brick and mortar stores need to fill our presence. They need to know that they're supported by us, the collectors. And it's a one hand washes the other, and they both wash the face type of thing, you know? Yes, you have to know that. We need each other in this comic book community, in this beautiful hobby that we have. All right, so make sure we're looking out for one another. And tell them C3 sent you. Yeah, keep it comics. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move right along. At the list at number 3, we have The Mighty Thor, issue number 134. Now let's talk about this book. It's the first appearance of the High Evolutionary. Now, there's a 27.07% increase in copies that have sold ever since the movie has dropped. I went out and saw the movie. I thought they did a great job at it. Guardians of the Galaxy, one of my favorite franchises. I really enjoyed it. The storyline is dope. I actually I almost cried a couple of times. Beautiful movie. Yeah, big old sensitive dumb guy. Yeah, that's me, right? All right, so check this out. Last recorded sale for this book in the raw copy, it was $478. Now, Go Collect has 1,647 total graded copies on the census. Now, the highest sale for a CGC 9.8 was $4,560, but fair market value says $1,650 is acceptable for CGC 9.2. An average raw copy will run you about $90, and the average price for CGC 6.0 is $230. I think now's a good time for us to buy this book. The movie did well. I don't like to do speculation and all of that based on movies or whatever. But if you were surprised and intrigued at how the High Evolutionary was played in the movies, I thought the actor did quite well. It's definitely a book that I'm going after. You may be interested in it also. All right? So keep your eye on it, because The Mighty Thor issue number 134 is definitely doing numbers. Moving right along. Here's number 4 on the list, ladies and gentlemen. We have Blue Beetle, Volume 2, Issue number 2. This classic Silver Age gem is just right for those of you who love vintage comic books. 18 total grades on the CGC census, rare and high grade. All right. Average price for a raw copy is $13. Average price for CGC 8.0 will run you $61. Highest sell for CGC 9.2 was $144. There has been 33 sales in total so far. This is going to be a tough book to find in a 9.8. Rarity is definitely a key as this book gets older, all right? And it's the second age appearance of the Blue Beetle. So keep your eye out on this book, because this book is definitely doing numbers. As they get ready to present this new Blue Beetle movie, you know, I like to go back to where it all began. I get it with all these versions of our superheroes, but the original ones will always hold a spot in my heart. So keep your eye out for Blue Beetle Volume 2, Issue number 2, man. It's classic stuff, it's vintage, and it's definitely PC worthy. All right, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to move on to number 5 on the list. And check this out. I brought up to the people, I want to bring this up to the people. We have X-Men, issue number 102, and this is the origin of Storm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and quite possibly, Storm might be one of the most important superheroes in the Marvel Universe. And this is something that we're looking for them to continue to explain to us as they unfold this new X-Men universe that they're going to bring to us. Average price for a raw copy is $77. 1,858 graded copies on the census. This book is down a negative 13.50%, which makes this a great opportunity to buy. Strike while the iron is cold. This book is down a little bit, so this is a perfect opportunity for you to get your hands on a copy of this book. The average price for a 9.2 will run you about $200. Fair market value says a 9.6 will set you back about $300, which in my opinion is not bad for the origin of Storm. With the high sale of $2,220 for a 9.8. So if you're looking for that higher grade, it may cost you a little bit more, but this is a definite classic comic book that's worthy of adding to your collection. All right, so X-Men issue number 102, keep your eye on it because it's doing numbers on the market. And moving on to number 6 on the list, this is Avengers issue number 57, the first appearance of one of my favorite superheroes, Vision. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this book is up 187.38% increase in copies that have sold. No one is talking about this book. I don't understand why, but Vision is definitely a classic superhero and a must-have for the PC collection, all right? Last sale for this book in a raw copy was $540. Average price for raw is $301, while the average price for CGC 8.5 will run you about $789. There are 14 9.8s on the Go Collect census. $8,000 will get you a 9.6 according to fair market value. All right, but just so we're all on the same page here, ain't nothing wrong with some of that low-hanging fruit. You don't have to pay that top dollar for a book. I often say that low grade is better than no grade. So if you can get your hands on one of those books, one of those raw copies for $300 or maybe even a little bit less, that's excellent. And congratulations when you get to add that to your collection, because there's nothing wrong with that low-hanging fruit. It ain't no fun if the community can't get one. That's what I say. All right? So if you're in the market for Avengers, issue number 57, keep your eye on it, because Vision will definitely be back because he's on the move. All right? Now, let's talk about number 7 on the list, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars fans, let's bring it in, because this one's for you. All right, guys, let's talk about Star Wars, issue number 6, and this is the first appearance of Wedge Antilles. Yes, we've seen him often in the new presentations of the Star Wars franchises that we're seeing built up, right? He's been driving around, chasing individuals in his starfighter. So this book is up 115.63%, right? The average price for a raw copy is $32. The average price for a CGC 9.6 is $121. Last recorded sale for a raw copy was $47. And Go Collect is reporting having 1,510 graded copies on the census. There are 128 9.8s with 99 sales so far. All right, now, fair market value says a 9.6 will cost you 150 clams, which in my opinion is not bad at all. Good opportunity to get your hands on this book, ladies and gentlemen. There was a high sale of $1,303, and that was back in March of 2021. So there's a strong possibility that you can get in contact with the person selling the comic book, maybe work out a little negotiation, get them to come down a little bit, and have that book shipped off to you. No problemo, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it is for Star Wars issue number 6. So we're going to keep this show moving right along, because I know you got things to do and places to go, and so do I. But I wanted to make sure I got this video out for you guys because I love you. And listen, tell a friend, tell somebody about the comic book community's best kept secret, your boy C3 at Keep It Comics. I drop a top 10 list like this every week. It'll keep you informed, it'll give you accurate prices, and it'll also show you some comic books that not everybody's talking about, all right? I know we get caught up in this cycle where we're all purchasing the same thing. It's like clothes. We all shop at the same store. We're all buying the same stuff. But I don't like that. I like to be a little different. And while you're over here, I'm going to be over here doing this, all right? And I probably get a better price. All right, everybody. Moving right along. At the list at number 8, we have to talk about Flash, issue number 147. And this is the classic second appearance by Reverse Flash when he teamed up with Mr. Element. And this book is going bananas on the secondary market. No one's talking about this book, but this book is doing numbers. And I'm impressed by these numbers, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. This book is up slightly at 1.25% increase in copies that have sold. The average price for a raw copy is going for $47. And the average price for a CGC 8.5 will cost you $375. And with the high sale of 2,528 copies for the CGC 9.4. And that was back in 2016. There are only 3 CGC 9.8s on the census. That makes this book super rare, super rare, going to be hard to find in a CGC 9.8. All right. Now, on the census, the fair market value of this book says $725. I get you a 9.2. So again, that low-hanging fruit, there's nothing wrong with it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a book that I know that is PC worthy. Classic Flash, Reverse Flash teaming up with Mr. Element to go against one of our greatest superheroes. So it's definitely one for the PC. At the list at number 9, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 51. And this is the second appearance of Kingpin Wilson Fisk, the boss. All right, ladies and gentlemen, definitely strike while the iron is cold on this one right here. This book is down a negative 0.14%, which in my opinion is good. A lot of people see negatives and they go, that's not so. But me, when I see a negative, I'm like, yes, it's time to strike. right, I could possibly get my hands on this book. Average price for a raw copy is going for $156. Now, it's definitely a good time to get your hand on this book. So keep your eye on this. You know, with 2,347 total grades on the CGC census, 9.8s in this book are also rare. All right, there are only 3 on the census in CGC 9.8s. The average price for a 8.5 is $680. Fair market value says $8,000 will get you a 9.6. But that low-hanging fruit is just as good, ladies and gentlemen. A 6.0 will cost you $240. Now, 9.8 went for $31,200, and that was back in 2021. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 51, showing a lot of promise. Second appearance of Kingpin. Listen, a classic, a must-have for the PC. AMS 50 is going up and up and up. So if you can't get that, the next best thing to do is to get that second appearance. That's why I put it on the list. That's why I wanted to share this with you guys. All right? Now, we have made it, ladies and gentlemen, to the number 10 comic book on the list. So slap that like button, hit the subscribe, make sure you ring the bell, and definitely tell a friend about Keep It Comics, because we're the new game in town. You know. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get back to it. Number 10 on the list, we have Iron Man, issue number 128, the classic Demon in a Bottle, and this is the newsstand version. Yes, my friends, this is a classic cover by Bob Layton. By Bob Layton. This is classic. We got to have this book. It last sold for $70 for a raw copy. It has an increase of 19.11%. The average price for a raw copy is $92. Average price for a CGC 9.4 will run you $238. Fair market value reports that a 9.6 is worthy of $425 of your hard-earned money. Listen, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is classic, so it's a must-have. Back in April, we had a high sale of $1,200 for a CGC 9.8. And when you're talking about Tony Stark's, you're talking about a classic comic book. You're talking about a perfect addition to your collection. You can't go wrong with Demon in the Bottle, right? Now, I hope you guys enjoyed your list. This is one for the books. I got to get out of here. I got to get to work. I got to make this money, man. You know what it do. All right, you know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate, show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. But appreciate, and no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always keep it comics. Later, Gators. You know what it is.